Hello, my name is Beth, and I'm going to be leading you through a short practice to help in the evenings to relax, to help lengthen and strengthen the legs, open up the hips, provide some relaxation. So there's no equipment that you need. You may want a mat to be on or have a space. So at the end, I will offer a little bit of time for meditation so that you can drop into a more relaxed state without having to move. The other thing you may want to have is either a chair to lean up against or a wall to lean up against, as we will be doing some balancing moves. So if balance happens to be a challenge today, you'll have a way that can support you. So we're going to get started just in a standing position. So standing in what's called mountain pose. So you're going to stand with the feet about hip distance apart. Just relax the arms a little bit, maybe rock a little bit back and forth on the feet, trying to find that center point. And then just relaxing, maybe roll the shoulders up towards the ears, take a nice deep breath in and exhale it all out. Again, letting the shoulders lift up towards the ears like you're calling in all that tension, maybe even making fists with your palms, and then just relax, letting them drop down. Again, allowing a few more moments to land here fully, letting go of the past, any memories that may be in your mind, anything that happened during your day that you're hanging on to, allowing that to release. And as well, letting go of any concerns about the future, anything that's pulling you away from this present moment. And finally, any attachment to this moment, because as soon as you get attached, it becomes the past. So trying your best to be as present as possible. One more nice deep breath in through the nose and a gentle sigh out through the mouth. Committing this next 15, 20 minutes to be just for you. And slowly allow the knees to soften slightly. And doing your best to keep the hips and the shoulders facing forward, just start swaying the arms from side to side. The hips may join in a little bit. The arms are nice and loose, wrapping around the sides of the body. This is called knocking on the doors of life. It's a way of tapping into the energy centers in the body, the adrenals, the kidneys that run along the sides of the body. It's a great way to ground yourself more fully into the earth. And perhaps speeding up, maybe letting the head turn a little bit. As long as that doesn't make you dizzy, you can keep the eyes open to avoid a little more dizzy feeling. Yeah, again, doing what feels best for you today. Couple more rounds, breathing in as you come to one side and exhaling out as you go to the other. And then slowly coming back to center, letting the arms just kind of loosen by your sides. This is one that I really like to do to bring the energy, the chi, your life force more into the body. So you're going to soften your knees and imagine that you're in water, maybe up to your fingertips, and you're gently pushing the water away with your hands and then pulling it back in. And perhaps even imagining the little ripples of water, the little drippings of water coming off the fingertips, maybe feeling a little resistance through the palms. And as the palms come back in, noticing a sense of energy between your palms. I like to then kind of take and make a ball of energy, passing it like a slinky from hand to hand, just reminding me of the power of my energy and the power that I have to really tap into that source of energy within. And then drop the hands down by your sides, again, shaking them off like you're shaking the water off of them. The next move, I'm going to move a little closer to show you the hands on this one. You're going to take the hands and kind of let them drape down. This move is called the tiger. So you want to, make clawing sensations with the hand. And you're going to start by softening the knees, bending down to whatever level you are comfortable with. I may go a little further than you or not. And then lifting all the way up, keeping the tension in the hand, bringing that tiger energy with you, and exhale, lowering all the way down. Take an inhale at the bottom, and then exhale, rising all the way up. Inhale, lowering down, and exhale, rise all the way up. One more time, lowering down, and rise all the way up. Keep the arms lifted, and then sweep them down by your sides, rolling the shoulders up and back. Turn the palms to face away from you. So the thumbs are behind you, the pinky fingers are forward. And you're just going to roll the shoulders forward and turn the palms to face away from you. And notice that this is really coming from the shoulders by keeping the arms straight. If you're bending and just twisting from the forearms, it doesn't quite have the same sensation in the shoulders. So again, letting the weight of the world fall off of your shoulders, breathing in, bringing them forward, and then rolling them back. And one more time, bringing them forward and rolling them back. And then drop your hands down by your sides. You may choose to bring your hands on your hips. I'm going to move back so you can actually see my feet this time. The feet are a little wider than your hips. Another option is to have your hand on a wall or on the back of a couch or on a chair. You can do either lifting one heel at a time or lifting both together, starting with a little bit of bend in the knees, rising up onto the balls of the feet, and then lowering back down. Rising up and lowering down. You can keep the hands on the hips, or you can add in the tiger arms with this as well. So again, moving forward, bending forward, lifting the arms up, but this time coming all the way up onto the tippy toes and lowering down. Inhale, rising up, and exhale down. Two more times. Again, it can be on one foot at a time or both feet together. And then dropping the hands down by your side, returning to the mountain pose with the feet a little closer together. Now placing your right hand on your hip. You're going to rise up onto the ball of the right foot. I'm not sure if this is mirroring you, so just choose one side. It really doesn't matter. You're going to circle the ankle in one direction and then the other. One direction again, and then the other. And then switching legs, hand on the hips, rolling the ankle in one direction, then the other. It's loosening up any tension from all that your feet do to help support you during the day. And now returning back to the first leg, again, you can have the hand, opposite hand out on the back of a couch or on a chair, lifting the foot off the ground and rolling the ankle in one direction and then the other. And one more time, rolling and then the other direction. And we'll shift to the other leg, same thing, rolling in one direction and then the other. And then drop the foot back down. You might want to bounce up and down a little bit. Now I'm going to turn around to show you this one. You want to place your thumbs kind of right in the small of your back. So the little indentations. I'll stay sideways so you can really see this. And then you're going to make some small circles with the hips. So imagine you're pushing the thumbs into the back of the hips as you circle the hips around in a clockwise direction. Maybe the circles get a little bit bigger. And then taking them in the other direction. Keeping the breath long. The exhales through the mouth if you can, if that feels right for you. And maybe a couple more circles in either direction. And then placing your hands on your hips or one hand on the wall You're going to take whatever hand you have on the wall, you're going to take the opposite leg, turn the inside of the ankle out, or yeah, up. And you're going to swing the leg across the body and then out to the side. So it goes across and out to the side. If you can, keeping the leg lifted up off the mat. If not, you can drop the leg down in between and then just kick it out to the side. It's at about a 45-degree angle, so you're not coming straight out to the side, but a little bit towards the front and then out to the side. 3 more. Knee is slightly bent. Really trying to lubricate the hip joints. And last one. Then we'll switch to the other side, taking it across and out to the side, cross and out to the side. The last one. And now a little more in the balance, but also in strengthening, especially the quadriceps, the big muscles in the front of the body. You're going to use the same arm and same leg. So coming up onto the ball of one foot, hand on the hip or hand on the back of a couch or something, and you'll lift the arm and the leg up and then bend and lower back down. Stay on the same leg, rising up and lowering down, up, exhale down, 2 more, up and down, and last one, lifting it up and lowering it down. And please remember, you do what is right for you. Could be that you are only lifting the foot slightly, it could be lifting it a little bit higher, it could be taking less repetitions. Lifting up and lowering down. This is called rooster on one leg. And then one more round here. Oops, and then bringing the hands down, maybe taking a few hip circles again, or if your ankles are feeling sore, rolling the ankles around. Another thing to do is to lift one leg up and circle a few rounds. And then the other side circling as well. Recentering back in your mountain pose. Crown of the head is reaching high. Chest is lifted, tailbone tucked, palms facing forward. Feeling strong, grounded, and rooted, as well as proud by lifting the heart. And from here, you'll take your arms out in front of you. Imagine that you've got your arms around a beautiful tree, or maybe a giant beach ball, whatever helps you to see this. So the arms are lifted about shoulder height. The feet stay grounded, so spreading the toes nice and wide. Turn to one side, and then come back to center. Turn to the other side, and back to center. Over to one side, breathe in, exhale back to center, and over to the second, and back to center. One more time. And working into the waist, the core, the hips, a little bit into the shoulders as well, and then drop the arms down. This next one is called soaring crane. So you'll rise up onto the ball of one foot, take your arms out to the side. The arms are the fingertips are kind of flopping down, and then bend into the knees as if you're scooping down. And as you rise up, lifting the arms and maybe lifting the leg up as well. Lowering down. You can also begin this by keeping the ball of the foot down and moving slowly through the crouching down and rising up. 2 more times. And last time, I'm going to lift the leg on this last one, demonstrating that version again. And then lowering the foot down, taking a moment to regroup. And again, rising onto the ball of the foot, bend into the knee, lifting all the way up, lowering down, maybe lifting the whole foot off the mat and lowering down. Couple more rounds. Rising up. And one more time, rising all the way up. And let the hands fall down by your sides. Placing one hand on your belly, the other hand on top, so that the place between the fleshy place between the thumb and the index finger are pushing together. And then just rest your hands on your belly. Bring the feet closer together. And then just let the legs really feel the natural rhythm, the sway, bamboo in the wind. Just allowing a natural sway. It may come forward toward the ball of your foot or the outside of your foot or towards the heel. Recognizing that your roots are holding you firmly and just following the natural flow of energy. And coming to stillness as much as you can. You may still feel a little bit of a sway from side to side. And bring your hands onto your hips, please. Now step the feet about hip distance apart. We're going to move into a little bit of yoga, standing yoga, to help strengthen the legs. So you can start with your hands on your hips. You can also bring your palms together at your heart. Soften the knees and then step back with your right foot. Bend into the front leg. You'll want to turn the toes out, the back toes out a little bit. And I always like to take my front leg, move back so you can see my feet, front leg, and move it slightly over so that there's a little space, more space in between the legs. Begin to bend into the front knee. This is going to may feel a little awkward because you've got your back hip coming forward and the front hip kind of turning out. And there may be a little pressure on the outside of the foot. If you're finding that's too much, you can also kind of rise up onto the ball of your foot. For the next move, however, we are going to have to drop the heel down. So try to take a little more space between the legs and bend maybe a little bit deeper into the front leg. Gazing down, making sure that you're seeing the inside of the the inside or the whole big toe on the inside of your knee. So you don't want the knee splaying in or splaying too far out. When you feel grounded, feel that sense of pushing the front heel towards the back heel. So you really engage the core, then lift the arms up over your head. Maybe the gaze goes up as well. Warrior one. Now you're going to keep the legs as they are. For some, you may want to even take the stance a little bit more lengthwise, and then open the arms to the side, warrior two. Gazing over the front fingers, looking back, making sure the back arm isn't kind of doing its own thing. You can also bring that back arm onto your hip if you'd like. Now turn the front palm up, reach a little forward, and then flip the arm back, peaceful warrior. And bringing your hands back to your heart, turn back towards the front of the room. Step the back foot in slightly. You want a shorter stance. And here there's going to be some variations. We're going to begin to straighten the front leg. And either as you hinge forward, bringing the hands onto the thigh, again, keeping the knee soft if you'd like, or hinging a little deeper forward, maybe hands onto the shins, or maybe hands all the way down to the mat. Grounding through the big toe of the front foot will be helpful as well. This can be a really intense stretch into the back of the legs. So please monitor so that you are going just beyond your edge, not to the point of where your breath is ragged or you're feeling too much intensity in the back of the legs and the muscles. And bend back into the front leg, hands back on your hips, and step the back foot forward to meet the front. Just finishing the other side, and then we'll make our way down for a short meditation. So stepping back with your second leg, your left leg, turning the toes out, moving the right toes over. I'm trying to scoot back again so you can see my feet. And focusing on turning the back hip and the back shoulder forward, then bend a little deeper into the front knee. Again, it may be a little less bend in the knee for you as you begin. It may be a shorter stance between the legs. Welcome to keep the hands on the hips, or I invite you as well to bring the arms up over your head, warrior one. And now open the arm, right arm comes forward, left arm goes back, gazing over the front fingers, either taking the back hand onto your hip or down the back of the leg. Reach a little forward with the front arm and then flip it back behind you. Peaceful warrior. Now hands back onto your hips, turn the hips to face the front, step the back leg in slightly. Pyramid pose. So the front leg will straighten, hinging from the hips. Perhaps this is where you are today. Could be different on one side than it is on the other. Maybe placing your hands on the thigh, maybe on the shin, avoiding the knee, or perhaps on either side of the front leg as you gaze down towards the shin or the ankle. Now bend into the front knee again, lifting the hands up onto the hips and bring the feet together. So you can stand with the feet about hip distance apart. My favorite Qigong move is bringing down the heavens. This is one that can be done at any point in your day where you need a little reset, a little bringing energy down from the head, from the thinking mind into the feeling body. So you'll lift the arms all the way up over your head. Turn the palms to face down as if you're pushing down, and have the hands come close to the front of your face, down through the chest, pushing down as you exhale, and then turning the palms in, one hand on top of the other. We're going to do that 2 more times, rising up, maybe the gaze lifts as well. And then exhale, pushing all the way down, bringing down the heavens. Turn the palms in. One last time, deep, deep breath in. And exhale, pushing down with the palms. And returning to bamboo in the wind, maybe bringing the feet a little closer together, softening the gaze or closing down the eyes. And noticing just how different you feel from this short time that we've had together. You're welcome to stop here. I am going to invite you to a short meditation. So if you're going to join me for the meditation, make your way into a comfortable position. That could be all the way down on your back. It could be seated, just sitting in a way that you feel relaxed, and you can relax your arms and your gaze. So I'm going to remain seated with my eyes open. But know again that you're welcome to go into however you can find the most relaxation. If you are on your back, maybe something to support your head. We won't be here too terribly long, turning the palms to face up, the feet a little wider apart. And imagine that you've got these grounding cords around your ankles, around your hips, around your wrists, that are magically sending energy all the way down through the layers of the earth, all the way to the core crystal at the center of the earth. A few deep inhales and exhales. And then allow your breath to just come back to its normal pace, no controlling it. Relaxing around the jaw, around the eyes, feeling the cheeks, even the ears soften a little bit. And with your eyes closed, if you're comfortable with that, or your gaze softened, bring more awareness to the place around your heart. And imagine as you breathe in, there's a beautiful golden light that starts emanating out from your heart and coming around you 360 degrees, connecting you with the energies of the earth, connecting your chi, your prana, your vital force with that of the earth. For that's how we return to self. Moving into stillness to experience the truth of who you are. So I'm going to allow a few moments of silence. And you are welcome to stay here in your meditation as we complete this relaxation and strengthening practice. And I will close out here with a short metta prayer meant for you. A metta prayer simply means a prayer of loving kindness. May you be at peace. May your heart remain open. May you awaken more fully to the light within you. May you be healed, and may you be a source of healing to the world. I thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing your practice today.